Hey guys, I want to do a video on cryptocurrencies. Just so that you know, I usually do videos on TC2000 software, which is for stock chart analysis, ETFs, just doing amazing scans and watch lists. And if you want to get that TC2000, there's a link in the description below. But I also use TradingView for cryptocurrencies. And the reason I have a paid plan for, I used to use the TradingView free plan, but I have a paid plan because I have multiple watch lists. I'll show that. And I've got alerts and stuff, so there's kind of limiting. Oh, the other thing was the indicators. There's only usually three indicators, and some people will have these combo indicators that somebody customly wrote, but I just found that to be a pain in the butt. And then there were advertisements popping up and stuff. If you want to get that as well, there's a link in the description, and you can save on getting a TradingView plan. But this video is going to be specifically on cryptocurrencies. And so in my browser, I've got 4 tabs open all the time, specifically for cryptocurrency. And the first one is a screener. And what I'm looking for is strong relative strength of the cryptocurrencies. That means that I've got a watch list with all the cryptos in relation to Bitcoin. And so you can see here FTT is one of the tokens, BTC, Waves BTC, Luna BTC. So these are 3 that have this strong sort of relative strength to Bitcoin. And what happens a lot of times is if Bitcoin goes down, or the markets are going down, most other cryptos go down a lot more. There might be a few that don't go down as much, and that could change from the week to week, so it's not like it's always like this. And if Bitcoin goes up, like in a nice uptrend, if crypto's going up, then a lot of times the other cryptos will go up a lot more. So, but right now, there's been 2 or 3 that have been staying consistently in a relatively good position relative to Bitcoin. And so this is just kind of the screener page. So from there, I'll look at the 3 that are mentioned here. And so I go to another tab, and this one has what I call a watch list called BTC comparison. It's everything relative to BTC. And if I double click on this change, I'll see, percent change sorted. And if we look at Waves, FTT, so this is FTT. And so what happens is you'll see that there's been this is the relative to Bitcoin. It's not just the FTT chart. So this shows that we're in a relative uptrend, but it's kind of weak here and it's curling down a bit. The other one was Luna, and this is also a ratio chart. And you can see from basically back in the beginning of the year, there's been these waves, but it's been in this uptrend. And of course, it's also in a bit of a down curve, just like this. So as I mentioned in other videos, it's a good idea to kind of buy after that pullback and when it's starting to head up again. So you can see this purple line, and that is the 17-day moving average, and we're kind of held support at that point. So you can sort of see if it supports at that point again. So Luna has been strong in relation to Bitcoin. Oh yeah, the other thing is this is a weekly chart. So it's kind of, you want to see strong weekly trends when you're going to buy something other than Bitcoin. I want to make sure it's in a strong upward trend, not just a short burst of a crypto that gets people excited and then it goes back down again. And then the other one that was there was Waves. And it's not really looking great right now, but see what happens is the screener finds it when it's above the 50-day here like this, and above the 200. 50 is above the 200. So it's still not, it's not a great looking chart, but there are these little period of time where there's been a burst here, and it does have higher highs, but it's not as strong in terms of so I'd have to see a turnaround here. So if I'm going to buy something other than Bitcoin that's in an uptrend, consistent uptrend, beating Bitcoin, I'd want to get it after this big pullback here. When it starts to downtrend like this, you know, I wouldn't be getting in right at that point. Okay, so now let's look at the individual cryptos. So I'll sort by percent change. And it just saves me a lot of time, because even if one particular, crypto is doing well, it might not be really great to be buying. So you can see here, if you're looking at the percent change every day, it's a waste of time in a way, because you're not going to see anything in a really great position. So if we look at Luna, you can see that, you know, most of the cryptos are in this similar situation. There's been this big pullback here. And so there is a support line at $80, say. But, you know, you broke down below the 50, your trend is, you know, you've got this downtrend here. Momentum is down. So I'd be waiting to see a turnaround. So when it breaks the 50, a lot of times you'll look at it hitting the 200. So you see how once it broke to 50, the next destination is 200. There's a couple you want to see, maybe it goes up a bit and then it pulls back, supports at the 200. So that's a good entry point, because, you know, it's supported at the 200. But right now, because it broke down to the 50, it's probably going to, you know, go to the 200, just as a likely target point that you'd want to wait to see if it's going to support. Solana is another one that people talk about. Looks like it might support at the 50, but it's not looking good right now. But the key ones, like the two big ones, obviously in terms of market cap, are Bitcoin and Ethereum. You might have other ones that you like, and you can sort of do a comparison for that one. But there's a channel here. It can be helpful to draw. Oh, I've got lines here. And there's a channel, and it's right at that channel point, and it's curling around, and there's a slight green candle as of today. But the question is going to be, is it support at this channel, which is around the 40,000 mark. And it's kind of along like a bear flag almost. So you have this downtrend and then this flagging period, which is pretty long. Consolidation. It is in an uptrending bear, but it could be just a bear flag. It might go up again, and you could buy from here up to the channel point again. But that's not really great. Ethereum is also, I believe, in a channel. Yeah. I've drawn sort of a channel, although it's sort of supporting right at the 50 here. So we want to see if it can support and head back up, and then you could get in on that. This isn't talking about the cryptos in terms of their feasibility or their fundamentals. This is just chart-based analysis that I use. If you go back to the BTC chart, you can see I've got a whole ton of them. Mana, like things like metaverse type cryptos, they had a big spike and now they're coming down in terms of relation to Bitcoin. So, even if you love a certain crypto and you're going to buy more, you can sort of see these pullbacks and then find some entry points. There's a whole bunch of them, synthetics for like buying and trading, leveraging stocks, shorting stocks, stuff like that. Crow is is sort of in the finance area. Some people like, I'm not sure if I have it here. Oh yeah, other ones like XMR is Monero because of the privacy issues. I noticed Monero started poking up again. You can see how even these are weekly charts, but they go up for a few months or a few, at a time, and then they pull back and they tend to head downwards over time. But Monero is interesting. Ripple, some people like that because, even though it's maybe quote unquote more centralized, there's a chance that banks will adopt it more. And we're getting into central bank digital currencies. But all I do is I look at this chart and it's just in a flat period of nothingness. So, I'm not going to get this at all. Pirate Chain was poking up. That's another privacy coin that looks pretty good after a big pullback. It's looking decent. Had a good run. I'm not sure if it's going to pull back here, but it was a good burst here. So if you want to get trading view, like in terms of what I have here is I've got exponential, I've got a moving averages, volatility stop, volume on the chart, and I've got a whole bunch of watch lists, and then there's alerts, and you can have a whole bunch of alerts. So instead of watching these all the time like a hawk, you can sort of put an alert at a certain price or when it breaks up over a moving average and sort of thing. So I use this for cryptocurrency because TC2000 is basically for stocks. Like if there are ETFs for crypto, but they don't trade on the weekends. You know, if you want specifically crypto that you can buy on a weekend or after hours at night and stuff like that, you know, the trading view gives you those charts, and you know, that's what I use. So if you want to pick it up and get a plan that you can have more, you know, more watch lists and more alerts and no ads and stuff like that, I've got some links in the video description below where you can pick up some things that are going to hopefully help you make money in the market. So we'll talk to you in the next video.